Welcome back, YCN Sports Talk. Jeremy Stout, Dave Collins here, and as we promised, we'll get to the NBA, to the hardwood. Opened last night with a couple surprising games, at least one out west, the Golden State Warriors losing to the San Antonio Spurs. Very surprising.
Still hung over from the Cleveland loss, I think.
Right, must be something like that. But let's first get right to the hometown or the local teams, starting with Boston, the Celtics, getting Al Horford in the offseason. They looked to get Durant, didn't quite get there. Does this team have enough to compete in the East? Is it Cleveland all the way? Where do you see this East kind of shaking out from your perspective?
I think it's Cleveland right now. Maybe Indiana. That's, in a little later on, we're going to talk about surprise teams. Maybe Indiana can knock off Cleveland. Paul George, Al Jefferson, Lavoy Allen, too, who I followed since high school. He went to Pennsbury High School, went to Temple in Philadelphia. But right now, it's Cleveland's conference to lose. And here's my thing with the Celtics. They've got young talent. They've got a great coach.
Right.
How long is he going to stick around, though, if another college position in the next 2 or 3 years opens up? Brad Stevens likes the college. He likes Butler. Some big program opens up. Maybe it's Georgetown. Maybe it's Villanova. Maybe it's a bigger school. How long is he going to stick around Boston as long as LeBron's in Cleveland, the Cavs keep racking it up year after year?
Well, here's what I'll say to that is his first year was an atrocious team. He knew what he was getting into.
Yeah.
Then last year they stepped it up, won 42, 44 games. This year they have Al Horford. I think they can win over 48 games, get the number 1 seed in the the number 2 seed in the playoffs. So I think they're slowly gaining on the Cavs, and although the Cavs look like they're never going to slow down, these things have a way of turning quickly. They don't have a lot of depth at point guard. Kyrie Irving's all they have. Kevin Love there's been question marks around him. So I don't disagree with you on the premise that if the Cavs look like the best team for the next 3-4 years, but I just question if they can.
And if we go back a few years, remember Cleveland was the team to beat, and San Antonio didn't pop out of nowhere. We know what San Antonio has been for the past 10 years, but they somehow managed to figure Cleveland out and win the NBA Finals a couple years back. So it's not impossible for Cleveland to stumble, but I don't think the Celtics are the best chance to knock them off in round 2 or round 3 of the playoffs.
Not at least this year. I don't think they have the best shot this year, but I think they can get over 48 wins. What do you say on that front?
For the Celtics, I'm going to say 48 to 50.
I think they won 44 last year. So.
Team I like in the West is Dallas. I've always liked Mark Cuban as an owner. I know Nowitzki's on his last legs, but I think they have a pretty good shot. They've got some veterans there as well to maybe knock off Golden State. But you've got Golden State and San Antonio who right now look like equals. I know after game 1.
And you have the Clippers, too, who are a team that is always there, but if they can stay healthy, they can give them a run, too.
It's always seemed this way in the West, that the better teams are located in the Western Conference for the NBA, whether it was the Lakers with Kobe, Utah for a while as well. Now the Clippers come along, and you've got Golden State. The West is more, and plus the travel that goes along in the West is it's a little bit more tougher. It's a bit of a struggle, but I still think that Dallas somewhere can fit in middle of the pack.
I think the West is better on the top half. They seem to be top heavy, but once you get to that bottom half, it's pretty bad. Not bad, but it's not as amazing as it could be. One team I think that might have a shot is Oklahoma City Thunder, and that might not be a sleeper team because you say, well, they have a great team, but Kevin Durant's gone. Russell Westbrook's
his show now.
His show, and I think he's the best player in the NBA, and I think he can lead this team to a top 4 seed in the playoffs.
I'm just wondering if my Sixers are going to be in the running for a number 1 pick again. It seems every single number 1 pick they get is a disaster. Whether they're injury prone, they get in trouble with the law. I mean, they have all this talent. It's just they can't get on the court together at the same time and win games.
And then Brooklyn Nets, who the Celtics open up with tonight, they will be in the running for a number 1 pick, who the Celtics will get next year, and another team from New York, the Knicks. Do they have any shot? They have Rose, Noah, Anthony's still there. Any shot?
As long as Carmelo Anthony is on your roster, you're never going to win a championship. Right. Okay, Syracuse, yes, but that's a long, long time ago. I'm talking NBA process. Yeah, exactly. So probably didn't win it.
So it's going to be an interesting basketball
season. And I'm wearing orange, House. I'm wearing Syracuse orange.
No love for the Syracuse orange here. So it'll be a long, fun basketball season. I do expect the Cavs and the Warriors, though, to meet in the finals. 3rd straight year, and then it's anybody's guess.
I agree with you on that point as well.
All right, when we come back, we'll get into some more interesting matchups when it comes to high school football. The Vermont playoffs start this weekend, and then the New Hampshire the following weekend. Plus, our picks in the NFL. I don't know how we did last week, but we each picked one game, and it ended in a tie. So I don't know if that says much about us or the NFL, but we'll come right back. You're watching YCN Sports Talk.